Is Toy Boy the best masculine rose fragrance? Let's review it now and find out. Hey, what's going on guys? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel where I upload weekly fragrance content. So hit the subscribe button down below and also be sure to follow my Instagram page. But that's right, today's a long overdue review for Toy Boy. I remember smelling this fragrance over 2 years ago and absolutely loving it. And I finally just recently got a bottle of Toy Boy and I'm so excited to be reviewing it now. So let's go over some information. Now, Toy Boy was released in 2019, so it's not too old. As far as the retail prices go for the two sizes you can get this in, which is 50 ml for $76, or you can get the 100 ml for $96. So I think that is very reasonable pricing, especially for how unique and niche-like this fragrance comes across. Concentration is an eau de parfum, and the perfumer is Jan Vasnier, who I had to look him up because I wasn't really familiar with him or any fragrances he actually made, but he is the nose behind Plum Japonais by Tom Ford, which is a very sought-after, popular private blend, and I wish I had a bottle of that. So yeah, he's actually created some phenomenal fragrances. So with all that information out of the way, let's look at the packaging and presentation you get with Toy Boy now. Taking a look at the box, I love the aesthetic that Moschino does. They're always so loud, out there, and unique. Of course, you have the Toy Boy kind of cut out with the teddy bear right there, Moschino in the silver and the black, eau de parfum 100 ml. Nothing on the sides. On top, you have Moschino. On the bottom, you will have your barcode and batch code to authenticate your product and see when it was produced. And then just some information on the back. All in all, the box is sort of like a generic kind of designer box, but I love the color and aesthetic they went for. Let's look at the bottle now. All right, you have to admit, this is one of the most unique bottles out there. I've never personally seen anything quite like this. Of course, it's in the shape of a teddy bear. You have Moschino right there. On the bottom, you have your sticker with some information. Nothing on the back, nothing on top. But to spray this, you actually have to rip off the teddy bear's head. Inside, nothing on top in the cap, nothing on the atomizer. But the cap does click into place very snugly, and this will stand out on anybody's shelf. The top, you have pink pepper, pear, nutmeg, elemi, and bergamot. In the mid, you have rose, cloves, magnolia, and flax. In the base, you have cashmere, vetiver, silkalide, sandalwood, and amber. And this will be classified as a spicy floral. So let's spray this and test out the atomizer. Very good atomizer. This stuff shoots kind of narrow, but it shoots strong, guys. So let's remind myself of the opening of Toy Boy now. So upon first spray, you're gonna understand how strong this fragrance actually is. It's almost overpowering in the opening, if I'm being honest, guys. In that opening, I get something that's not talked about a lot when it comes to Toy Boy, and that's this very fresh, fruity pear note that's almost kind of watery as well. And that pear is so strong. Yeah, that's what I'm immediately hit with upon first spray, is that kind of fresh, fruity pear note that isn't used in a lot of fragrances, so it does make it unique and stand out quite a bit. So once you make your way into the mid of Toy Boy, which comes very quickly because this is a extremely complex fragrance for being a designer, it changes quite a bit. So in that mid, you are gonna be greeted with this very luscious red rose that comes across kind of jammy, along with a bunch of spices from that pink pepper and especially these cloves. So it's kind of like a rose spicy fragrance through and through. And the rose, don't be scared of that note because it doesn't really come across feminine, because the way it's mixed together with the spices, it has a nice masculinity to it. And I personally always thought rose was one of the most masculine floral notes. It's much more masculine than like peonies, of course, jasmine, magnolia, which is also listed, but I don't get much of that. The rose is definitely the dominant player. The main show in this entire composition is that rose note. I think if you're a guy watching this and you haven't really dived into floral fragrances, I think this is one you absolutely have to try, and you might change your mind. You'll be like, wow, okay, I actually really like this. It's a good entry-level rose fragrance for a man that is kind of scared of florals. And believe it or not, the way it's mixed with the spices, it almost has this smoky nuance to it as well. Also in the mid, that pear note is definitely more hidden. It's not as dominant as it was, so you're not really gonna get the fruity pear anymore in the mid. Just spicy rose altogether. And then once you finally make your way into the base of Toy Boy, where you're gonna be left with this very warm, cozy, golden amber note that is a little bit musky as well, but there's something so cozy about the base of this. It might be coming from that cashmere note as well, which comes across very fluffy. So it's almost like you're wrapped up in this warm, cozy blanket of amber. Definitely one of the most unique designers launched in the last 5 years, guys. I have to give it to Moschino for that. They always go outside of the box with their packaging, with their fragrances. If you look at their other fragrance packagings, they're just crazy. They have like a bleach bottle fragrance, which is insane. But I love brands that want to do something different and don't just follow the norm of other fragrances. So they definitely did it with this. So let's talk about the best seasons and occasions to wear Toy Boy. I think this works the best in the fall, winter, and springtime. Not so much the summertime. It's not aquatic, it's not citrusy, it's not fresh or anything like that. It could be a little bit too much for the high heat. So definitely stay for the colder months and even spring, especially spring evenings. This will be flawless. For occasions, I honestly think this is better for a formal event, dressing up, just because of the rose, the spiciness, the resinous as well. It just works more for a formal situation, especially a date night, guys. I think this will be fantastic for a date. The girl you go out with, if you're a guy watching this, she will fall in love with this fragrance just because of how romantic it smells. It definitely has that romantic vibe, and you would expect that from being a rose dominant fragrance as well. And your date will never smell anything like this on any previous date she's been with, so you will stand out to her. Gender and age groups, I would say this does lean masculine. However, it's not a complete masculine fragrance. A woman could wear this because of how floral it is from that rose, but it is a rose targeted for men in my personal opinion. But both genders can pull this one off easily. And like I said earlier, if you're a guy watching this, you want to get into florals, you never tried a floral fragrance before, I recommend this one at 10 out of 10 times. For age groups as well, I think this is versatile. Both a youthful, kind of juvenile guy can wear this one, and also a more mature gentleman can wear this one too. Because it does give off this fun, playful vibe for a younger guy, but it also does give off a mature, kind of serious vibe as well for the more gentleman, older guy as well. So yeah, any age group can pull this one off easily in my opinion. Wrapping things off, talking on the performance of Toy Boy, where this stuff absolutely shines. For me, I got above average performance from the projection and longevity. I remember the first time I sprayed this around 3 years ago. I was blown away how strong this fragrance projected, guys. Easily over an arm's length of solid projection for up to 5 hours. Maybe because of how like piercing and sharp this fragrance does come across, it just like pushes off the skin. It's so nice. The scent profile, the scent seals that it leaves behind you when you walk around is heavenly. People will smell you. People will be asking you, what in the world are you wearing? I've never smelled anything quite like that. This absolutely will get you attention without a doubt. And for longevity, I got up to 10 hours, possibly reaching the 12-hour mark on skin. So no complaints at all when it comes to performance. Definitely one of the best performing floral fragrances I've ever tried in my life. So if you are watching this review and you are looking for a beast mode designer, mysterious kind of floral fragrance, you absolutely have to try Toy Boy. I don't think you will be disappointed by this fragrance, but that's gonna do it for this very unique fragrance, Toy Boy. Let me know down below if you tried this fragrance, if you have any favorites from Moschino. We'll definitely discuss that in the comments. But besides that, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see all of you back here in my next upload. Take care, everybody.